Thinking is the enemy of man. It's the destructor of man. Once you get thought, and once you start giving yourself obstacles, what if I do lose? You just lost.
Yeah, absolutely.
You just lost.
Yeah.
But it's amazing that people think they're really going to get ahead in this life without making sacrifices. It drives me crazy. You don't get smart by reading a book or reading about Nostradamus. You get smart by failing.
Need motivation?
Watch Top 10 with Believe Nation.
What's up, Believe Nation? It's Evan. My one word is believe, and I believe in you. I believe you have Michael Jordan level talent at something, and I want you to find it, embrace it, and use it to make a difference. So let's get your motivation to a 10 and get you believing in you. Grab a snack and chew on today's lessons from a man who went from being born in Cuba, losing his father at age 3, coming home at age 15, and finding his mother dead in his house, going to jail eventually for kidnapping and robbery, to eventually becoming a successful comedian. He's Joey Diaz, and here's my take on his top 10 rules of success. Enjoy. Okay, let's kick it off with rule number 1. Stop thinking, start doing.
Everybody growing up wants to do the right thing. You know, we all want to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? I think the day I made the decision to become a comedian, I let everything go. That was the day I stopped thinking about things. That was the day I stopped worrying about bills. That was the day I stopped worrying about what day it was. It doesn't really matter. You have a mission to do. Shut the f*** up. Get up. Go do it. And that's it. Thinking is the enemy of man. It's the destructor of man. Once you get thought, and once you start giving yourself obstacles, what if I do lose? You just lost.
Yeah, absolutely.
You just lost.
Yeah.
What if I did? Well, if I try it and I don't like it, okay, you know what?
Yeah.
You just said the word, if I try it, I don't like it.
Yeah.
You already committed out of it. You're out of there in 3 weeks just because you said that. Just because you allowed your mind to go there. You just quit already 3 weeks from now. It's going to last 3 weeks. It's going to last 3 weeks. I think when I came to LA, I had nothing to lose. I had nowhere to go. I was just a comic. I ended up in Seattle with a stripper, and I thought the goal of coming to LA meant you had to be the best of the best of the best in your field, and it didn't mean that. Just coming here makes you a better person in a way.
Absolutely.
It lifts your level, and then once you get here, it's like anything else. You adapt and adjust, is that the word? And you run with the ball like you know what you're doing, even though you don't.
Yeah.
That was what it was for me. I ran with the ball, even though I did not know what was going on.
Rule number 2, sacrifice.
I don't think people, especially people like Lee, know what sacrifice is. Sacrifice is a big word to get to the next level. I don't give a what anybody tells you. You have a mom? Steve's mom?
Yeah.
Is your mom alive?
Yes, thank God.
Is your dad alive?
Thank God.
You have your brothers, your siblings?
Yep.
Where do they live?
3,000 miles away.
That's sacrifice.
Absolutely.
You don't need this. You don't need on a Monday night to be sitting between a Jew and a Cuban, getting tormented in North Hollywood, California, to go to the comedy store to pick up a check for $15.
Absolutely.
Your parents married, your grandparents migrated here to this country for you to be a better thing.
Yep.
Your brother became a dentist. I'm not putting you down.
No, you're right.
I'm not saying these. But you sacrificed
Absolutely.
this. You slept with fat James in his apartment, smelling his fat feet in his
for
ass.
4.5 years.
Which were worse than those Jews on the plane.
I didn't have a car. I took the bus for 6 years.
It's
I didn't
called
have a car.
sacrifice.
Yeah.
Sacrifice is when all
3
your
jobs.
friends go home for Christmas.
Yeah. And I'm
you have
working
to
at the
spend
Hollywood gym night shift.
It bothers
graveyard
me
shift.
that nobody understands that. I always sacrificed.
Yeah.
I made the biggest sacrifice. I looked at a 5-year-old little girl one day in the park, and I told her that I'm really thinking of going away for a while, that I think it would be better. And she spit in my face, my daughter. My daughter that's 27 years old. When I told her about my dream, she spit in my face on a bicycle. And that was the biggest sacrifice I made. I made the sacrifice to say, I'll give up my daughter to do something with my life. And I didn't go to weddings, and I didn't go to wakes, and I didn't do a lot of things.
Yep.
And I'm sure along the way I disappointed a lot of people.
Yep.
Because I didn't attend their wedding or whatever function they had, or because they had a party. After I got off the coke, like in 2009, before I married Terry, is where this picture became clearer to me that I even had to sacrifice more. Like I had to sacrifice more. Like I went to Weight Watchers. I joined karate with the brothers in 2007. I was 380 when I walked in there. I remember doing horse stances and my knees would burn. They would make you do these dragon stances where you drag one foot and kneel on this one. I would have to go home and put 2 bags of ice on my knees. But I knew that these were the little sacrifices I had to make to get to where I wanted to be. But it's amazing that people think they're really going to get ahead in this life without making sacrifices. It drives me crazy.
Yeah.
It drives me crazy.
Rule number 3, stick to your principles.
I had some dude stroking me. He wanted to do some TV show and the pitch, and then he introduced me to the investors, and the investors were also going to be in the episodes, and I'm like, oh, this is going to blow. Then I had these other dudes who want to do an MMA show. Then I had these other dudes who were going to do a web series, and they had the dude from The Social Network.
Jesse Eisenberg?
Yeah, it was all bullshit. They had nothing, you know what I'm saying? And one day I'm sitting there and I go, you know what? That's it. I'm not doing none of this shit no more. I'm not even going to meetings with them. I'm not even going to meet them. If I don't see a breakdown, I'm not doing. That's it. I'm sticking to my guns.
And a breakdown is the listing of the...
And for the next 90 days, every week. Hi, Joey. We have this thing we're doing about mobsters. No. Hey, Joey. We have... How much? Nothing. It's just... Not. No. Forget it. Get the out of here. And you know what happened, Lee? I held out for a year and a half. Nothing really big happened in my life. And also one day I got a call to be in a De Niro movie. So me holding out showed me that that's what you do. Yeah. Sometimes against your own, because once you make a law for yourself, you have to stick to it. The first time you go away from that, you're going to get in the ass. It always happens. The first time like if you say to yourself, you know what, my rate's going to be $650. And some guy comes to you, well, how about $6? That's the day you get. How about I give you $6 on a Sunday? And you're like, okay, I'll take the $6 on a Sunday. Bam! That's the day you get. Anything that changes your original train of thought.
Rule number 4, find happiness.
Just the last 15 minutes of this podcast was so strong for a Monday morning about where it all starts with your mind. People don't really believe that shit. But it's true, Rudy. For me, it started when I said, I'm getting into comedy. I don't give a fuck about my credit bureau. I don't give a fuck about the credit card people. I don't give a fuck about the banks. I don't give a fuck about what I drive. I don't give a fuck about what my clothes on. Because at the end, it doesn't really matter unless you're happy. For years, I worried about my job, and I got to have white sneakers or not. I got to have a black shirt on it. Who gives a fuck? At the end of the day, I wasn't happy. I didn't get happy till I started driving cross country with a pair of shorts on and stinky sneakers and a T-shirt. And you got 3 pair of jeans and 3 shirts, and they're lasting you all week, dog. You got like 4 pair of socks, and you get on the stage. That's when I really started getting happy. When I started waking up in the morning and knew I had to drive 200 miles, and I had $32.50 in quarters, and I had to get lunch with that, reefer, and gas to get me to that next location. For some reason, I'd be happy. A lot happier than making $1,200 a week and paying my bills. I was like, this is what I like. I like this. So it's food for thought. Sometimes it's not about the money or the dollars. It's about what brings a smile to your face. And once you find it, let yourself go. Don't think about it. Don't look back.
Yeah.
Don't compare prices.
Yeah.
Don't listen to your uncle about taking that roofing job for $1,250 for stability. You know what? Stability's overrated, dog. Stability's overrated.
Absolutely.
I think happiness is doing what you want to the hilt. And even if you, bro, I was in comedy for 12 years before I saw a dime. Yeah, well, you were getting paid, but nothing to write home about. I could have quit at any time in those 12 years and found a job. I would have tricked somebody into being an indoor salesman. I didn't want to do that. I would have rather live on $8,000 a year and do my own thing and around at night and smoke pot with your stupid buddies and get on stage than go into an office. Insurance, who gives a fuck? When you think about insurance, that's when you need insurance. For 30 years, I ran around with no insurance. Nothing ever happened to me.
Rule number 5, take little steps.
Let me tell you how good my day was today in jiu-jitsu. I got there at 5 to 10. I warmed up. I did some jumping jacks, some push-ups. I did some bridges. I did a few hip escapes. And that's long at VMAC. It's a long thing. And I got in my guard and I go, John, beat me up. And he passed my guard every time. Didn't submit me, but he passed my guard every time.
Damn, he didn't submit you.
But here's the beauty of it. Here's what my accomplishment was. Even though he passed my guard and I moved my legs and I got him in a half guard basically all the times, towards the end, when Henry got there, I went into deep half. And I went the wrong direction. But in my world, I went into deep half. I wouldn't have done that 6 months ago. I didn't even know how it worked. And guess what? I threw his balance off. For me, that's a start.
That's awesome.
Do you understand me?
Yeah, of course.
And you have to do the same thing with comedy or anything like that. You have to take little accomplishments and not lose your mind when you do get a big accomplishment.
Yeah.
Look at it in perspective and go, okay, this is why that happened. At least I know it could happen again. Now, if it happens again, I'm a bad man. You know what I'm saying? But if it no, and that's like, you know, for a comic, okay, I come to see, this really happened to me, Eddie. This really happened to me. Some guy used to give me a lot of work. Cool, I still talk to him. This is back in Denver, 23 years ago. This guy used to give me work. And one night he called me up. He got me a gig one night. And before I got on stage, I go, what do you want me to do? He knew. But I worked with him every day. You know what your students could do. You see him every day. He goes, do 15. You know, and this is 1995. I've been doing comedy 4 years. I was struggling to do 15, 16. I would struggle, Eddie. This motherfucker went outside and fucked some chick. He was supposed to give me a light at 12. But he went out and started fucking some chick. And I just kept going, Eddie. I just kept going. And I had him. And he came back in, and he gave me the light. And then when I got off, he goes, wait right there. He goes, Doug, I'm sorry. This chick, we were f***ing. You ended up doing 38 minutes. I couldn't sleep that night. Because I never dreamt of doing 38 minutes, but I did it. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you would have came to me and said, Joey, I'm going to buy and do 20, I would have choked. I would have straight up choked. But since there was no clock in my mind, that's when I knew it. You know what I'm saying? I went home that night and I almost called CAA. I ain't going to lie to you. I ain't going to lie to nobody. I almost called the CVS and said, fire Dave Letterman. I did 38 minutes at some hellhole last night in Denver. I swear to God. You're walking so high. It's such a big accomplishment. It's such a big accomplishment. Those little things are the ones that keep you in the game. Okay, I did 38. I'll do it again. Then for a year, you bomb. You can't do 30. You just bomb. But eventually, if you just stick it out, dog, you're going to make, you know, it's a nightmare. But it's so much fun.
Rule number 6, learn from failures.
You learn from failure. You learn from getting hit in the pocket.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you learn from getting hit in the pocket. You follow me? When you're giving somebody half your money and you got to sell your house, and you learn. I made a mistake. Next time, I'm going to play a little closer to my chest. That's how you learn in life. It's not by reading a book, because you're not going to listen or read. The art of war is going to teach you how to, or the war of art is going to teach you how to plan and strategize, or both how to get rid of your fears or whatever. But it's not going to tell you what to do and what not to do, and what's a mistake and what's not a mistake. Nobody knows. You think Kenny Rogers, when he invested in that chicken company, he thought that, they came to him with a deal. Who the knows until you try it? You don't get smart by reading a book or reading about Nostradamus. You get smart by failing. And then you decide what you're not going to do no more. I won't be doing that shit no more. You know what I'm saying?
Rule number 7, be in control of your career.
I really didn't have anybody taking me on the road. I remember I would work with certain people, but I would never ask them to take me on the road. There were a few people who did take me on the road with them, like Todd Jordan and Rick Kearns, but I always knew that I didn't want to be that guy. I knew that I wanted to always be able to do my own thing, not just to sit at home and wait for that beck and call. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of person that I wanted to be. Like, I was still at the Comedy Store every night. I did all those Mexican rooms in South LA, every single one of them, every night of the week. That's what paid for my addiction. But at the same time, not knowing, I was also becoming a better comedian. Because I would go into deep terrain 4 nights a week and then go to the Comedy Store where everything is hunky-dory. You follow me? You know, there's places where people come prepared to laugh, and there's places where it's a bar and you got to go up there and blow your toe off to get their attention.
Rule number 8, find your path.
I went to prison. Before I got locked up, there was a guy that I did not like too much when I worked with him. We didn't like each other. And one day this guy came up to me and he goes, you know, you don't think I like you, and I don't know if you like me or whatever. I'm a little on the straight side. He goes, do you know what I did before I retired and took this job as a sales manager? And I go, no, this was 2 weeks before I got locked up. 2 weeks before I got locked up. He goes, when I got arrested in Boulder, I was working at Bill Kraut Subaru on 28th Street. This one was on 28th Street. Grant, that was the guy's name. God bless his soul. I had worked there, and he didn't like my style of selling. He didn't like that I was like a savage. And he came up to me one day and goes, I don't like it. So I just stayed away from him.
Yeah.
And about a week later, he came up to me and goes, do you know what I did before I leave? He goes, I was the booker for one of the casinos in Vegas. And he goes, I gotta tell you, you might have a career as a stand-up comic. And I looked at him and I go, are you f***ing retarded? Are you f***ing crazy? Then I got arrested. Thought went right out the window.
Like,
it wasn't
goes up.
Brendan to my little girl at the house. Wasn't even a thought.
Damn.
It's like if I come to you and say, you know what, you should play the harmonica. And you're like, Joey, I'll think about that.
Yeah. Okay. Let me go get a fucking
That's how
harmonica.
quick. Like by the time I got in the car and I went and got that rag,
Not even thinking about it.
that bag of it was gone.
Yeah,
like I
like
never
that.
thought about
It was that crazy to you? Like it was like the harmonica? Like you wouldn't even consider
It's
it?
like me coming to you and going, you know what, Lee, you got little arms. You should play the bow. Like, you know, at an orchestra, the Hollywood Bowl, I'll hook you up. I got a connection down there. That's
It's so
what it was
crazy
like.
when you think about it.
Like, I just got in my car and went home. And then I got arrested, went through the process, ended up at Camp George West in Golden. When I was in there, would happen, and they would always, in the kitchen, I was a stock clerk, and I would f*** around with the black inmates.
Yeah.
If the food wasn't good, I'd go, don't do it.
Yeah.
I'd yell across the thing. The brothers would go.
Joking around.
I'd go like this to
Yeah.
them. Don't do it. And they go, God damn it, we got to eat reserves again, because they all had food in their rooms.
Yeah.
So one day the projector broke, and I would go on stage. They would go, Cuba, go. And something happened that they said, tell them what happened today. Like, it was one of those things. So I go, I'll tell you what happened. Mr. Yarborough, and I went
Because you're a
off.
good storyteller.
Something like that. And then like a week later, they say the projector broke, and they go, Cuba, go up there and crack some jokes. And this went on for about 4 or 5 weeks.
So it's kind of your first open mic-ish
Kind of
prison
goofing
open
on the
mic.
black guys.
But
There was
still,
3 junkies.
Working the no material, working the
No
crowd.
material, just working it straight, black, Mexican, white. Look at this dude
It's a
with no
rough
Jerry
crowd,
curl.
but they're looking for entertainment.
And they all dug me, and they all got along with me. I never had any beef. And then there was this white dude from Buffalo who killed his wife and her boyfriend. And he was at the end of a 22-year beat. And then he had to go to Buffalo and serve 8 years. And he rolled his own cigarettes, and he was very nerdy, and he knew about every book. He would get into deep arguments about Nietzsche with everybody and And I would go in there every day because my job was very limited. My job was like 2 hours, an hour and a half, and then I had the rest of the day off to about 4:30. So I would go to the library and read the paper, the sports page, and I'd return a book. And one day, bro, he came up to me and gave me a notebook, which is big in jail. Like to get a notebook, you know, those old hardcover ones that look like he did a hit of acid and they're black on white, and then it's his name and subject.
Yep.
Like it was one of those. And he goes, take this. And I go, why? And he goes, so you can write your jokes. Like he was like this guy killed his wife and the guy that was cheating on him with. But then
Smart
he comes
dude.
up to me with a notebook. He goes, take this. He goes, you're gonna need this. You should write your jokes on here. Like he was happy he gave me something. I'll never forget. And I go, what's this for? He goes, so you can write your jokes, man. He goes, you did really good last week. And I go, I'm not a comedian. I just go up there and f*** around. And he looked at me like, he goes, so wait a second. When you go up there on Thursdays, you're not prepared? I go, no. When the f*** you see me writing? I don't
When the f*** am I gonna write? Yeah.
And he goes, listen, man, when you get out of jail, you should try this.
Rule number 9, make no excuses.
It's up to you. The ball's in your court. No more around. You want your life to be better? I can't help you. Lee can't help you. Joe Rogan can't help you. Ari can't help you. God can't help you. Only you can help you. Grab your balls, get a notebook, and write down what the you're going to do this year. And this is it. You're not going to have these problems. The drugs, the cigarettes, that dumb bitch. It all starts today, all right? No more excuses. Stop blaming everything on everybody. And American society and the iPhone. You and the iPhone. You and Facebook. You and social media. It's all about you, you dumb. Get up, grab your balls, hug your wife, kiss the kid, pick up the dog. Stop it. Stop it. It's not all Obama's fault. You don't want Ebola? Take your vitamin C, you dumb. You don't want ISIS to for you? Stay in New Jersey. But stop your crying.
And rule number 10, the last one before a very special bonus clip, is perform amazingly.
I used to live in Hollywood. I never see nobody. You just see, whatever, these creepy people. But you don't really understand, until you, I moved to North Hollywood. Now I understand the Mexican. I'm Cuban. But I never understood the Mexican, till it's all the way to the root. You understand me? And you talk to people about Mexican, what do they tell you? Bro, they're here to take off jobs. No, they're not. They're here to make your life easier. Okay? Tonight you're gonna go out, you're gonna get f***ed up, you're gonna eat some pussy. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna wake up with a headache and hair in your throat and shit's gonna be missing. It's Sunday. If you're a real tonight, that's how it is tomorrow morning. You wake up, there's a stranger next to you, you got condoms everywhere, a knife in your side. You can't breathe, you're thirsty and shit. You wash your face, you brush it, and you need something to drink, right? So right away you want to get the nourishment back. So you're driving on Ventura, where the f you live, and you see Jamba Juice, and now you gotta cut somebody off and go in there and wait. Some guy comes out with 22 Jamba Juices, and you gotta, the whole thing. You gotta go in, then you go in there, and this is supposed to be a healthy place. Everybody's pale. You look like the cast from Twilight. They're all skinny and shit. Hi, can I help you? I just want something to drink, dog. I'm up, you know what I'm saying? You want some vitamins for 50 cents? We got vitamin D, E, and you're like, what the f, guy? How much? $12. $12? You give the guy the ticket, you gotta go with a blender, you gotta wait 8 minutes, you're almost dead, and they give you the thing. And you drink it, you go out, you got a $92 ticket, because you can't park there from 10 to 1, okay? So it costs you $100 for a gyro, whatever the it is, Jamba Juice, with the cast of Twilight, a bunch of unhealthy, skinny that are living on 5-hour energy and other nutrients and shit. You want a juice, they're back there texting like a bunch of momos on their iPhones. I don't got an iPhone, I got a gun, you understand me? You're my Jamba Juice. Or you go to the Mexican guy on Victory and Violent, right by Target, right there. You ever go to that? You ever go to that dude? He's dark because he's been out there for years. You understand me? They're in a tree out there. This is dark. You know, if he's black, what the f, dog? You don't gotta park, you just pull over right there. You can double park with your ass sticking out of Target. They don't give a f. You go out there, you're like, listen, bro, I'm f***ed up. I want something to drink. Give me one of those coconuts. He'll take one of them coconuts out and take a machete out right there on Victory and Violent. By our way. Put a straw on it with some cocaine on the top of it. You're like, how much? $4. $4? Take 10. You got a sword. $4. I just dropped 100 in Jamba Juice. For $4, this Mexican will give me a tree, a shovel, a lawnmower, and a thing of Jamba Juice.
Now I've got 2 really special bonus clips from Joey on how to practice martial arts and keep going that I think you're going to really enjoy. But before that, it's time for the 3-point landing questions. Time to move from watching a video to actually taking action in your life or your business. So answer these 3 questions at home in your notebook, talk about them with a friend, or leave your replies in the comments below. Here we go. Question number 1. What does happiness look like for you? Question number 2. What little step can you take today to move closer to happiness? And question number 3, what's the biggest lesson you've learned from past failures? Thank you guys so much for watching. I believe in you. I hope you continue to believe in yourself and whatever your one word is. Much love. I'll see you soon and enjoy the bonus clips.
The reality of jiu-jitsu is it's a thing that as you get older, you have to be much more careful who you train with and how you train.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to it. It's changed
fun.
who I am. You know, I had to attack it from a different foundation. I was attacking it from looking at Jamie and going, I got to do what Jamie does, and not realizing I got Jamie by 25 years, and I can't do what Jamie does, so my game has to be completely different than Jamie's. Mondays when I come into class, it's more about the drilling and less about the rolling. And I'll do an hour conditioning class with Brett. We do everything. We do the ball, the things, the ropes. I do everything, and I'll do that jiu-jitsu class, but I'll do the drills. I'll roll once or twice, and Papa's got to go. Thursday, I go balls to the wall on the rolling, which means 3 or 4 rolls.
That's awesome.
And then I try to take Friday off, and then Saturday I'll do Muay Thai and conditioning, and I'm done for the week.
Joey Diaz getting fit.
You got to do it.
It's a beautiful day. You got the world by the balls. You're young. Me, I'm 55. I got 1 foot in the grave, 1 a banana peel, and I'm still swinging like a You're sitting there thinking your world is over. You retarded. Yeah, I said the word. I don't give a Uncle Joey's Periscope is not politically correct. If you're under 18, hang up now, you dirty little Anyway, this is the best nation in the world. You're sitting there. What am I going to do? I got this. I got that. Listen, I got more problems than a can of psychotherapy pills. But let me tell you something. Every morning you got to get up like you own this. Even if you fake it, go out there and fake the funk until you get the funk. You follow me? I'm not even talking about the bridge I crossed as a comic. I'm talking about the bridge that I crossed as a human being. You know what I'm saying? Where I was and where I am today is 2 different places. And if I did it, you could do it. I got PTSD to the max. You don't see me talking about it. I don't know what did I get. I got hit in the head. My dad died. 1,000 things happened. I got PTSD coming from all directions. I'm worse than a football player. But you know what? And I smoke my reefer. I calm the voices down. And every day I get up with 2 hands and I play for keeps. And that's all I do. That's it. And if I can do it, and I'm a felon left back in the 7th grade GED, can you imagine what you could do with a family and a good smile? I mean, I got a Bella smile.
Raise your standard.
Apple, at the core, its core value is that we believe that people with passion can change the world for the better.
Not one drop of my self-worth depends on your acceptance of me.
I don't ever give up. I'd have to be dead or completely incapacitated.
Hey Believe Nation, if you want to see my all-time favorite top 10 rules of success, I have a very special secret video for you. These are the individual clips that I have personally learned the most from and applied to my life and my business. Check the link in the description for details.